Happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with
It's
you, everyone.
yes, it's May the 4th.
It's May the 4th. So Kai and I, we've been kind of out of sync a little bit because we'll explain the reasons why shortly. But we thought we got the opportunity to get together. So we're
Yeah.
back on it. Here's our monthly wellness live stream podcast, call it what you will. Kai, I know that over the past 5 or 6 weeks, you've been on a bit of a journey yourself, right? And one of the main reasons why we couldn't do one last month was because unfortunately you were tested positive for COVID, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you just maybe share a little bit about how that happened, the story around that, and what your journey's been like as you've gone kind of through the whole COVID process?
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you, Paul. So, hello everyone who's here with us today, and if you're watching the replay, hello. We're back. We're
We're
back.
back.
So,
We're back.
yeah, I was tested positive. First week of April. April. So I live with my fiance. My fiance's work is a cinematographer, so he does
Okay.
shooting movies and TV series and things like that. So the last project that he did, sometime March, someone in their team tested positive during their um, swab test, exit swab test, but it was actually just antigen, so they weren't sure if it was COVID. Maybe it was just about common colds or something. But
Okay.
first, I think it was April 1st, April 2nd, that my fiance started to feel very feverish and started to cough and all the symptoms, and we got really worried. So we booked a home service swab. So that's very, very convenient actually. So they went here April 3. The next day we got the result, it was positive. And
Wow.
I started to get the symptoms as well. I started my fever April 4, last month when we got the result. And luckily for us, I think we were able to handle it pretty well. We have all the resources that we need. We had like daily consult from our friends who were doctors. So a lot of concerned people and prayers and positive energy. And of course, we had this routine set up for both of us even before COVID. So we're really into, healthier patterns. It wasn't much of a change in terms of our lifestyle, but we
Okay.
doubled down on our vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin D, lemon juice, warm lemon juice, and all that. So we did, yeah. So we were just grateful that it was mild. So we had all the symptoms. I had like loss of smell, taste, had fever, but we only experienced it for like 4 or 5 days, and then that's it. So a week after that, we were actually feeling better and started to work out lightly. And then we stayed quarantined for the next week. And yeah, after that, we tested positive. And we're now back on track doing our intense workouts, which I missed. And yeah, and I think this is something that I would say that our lifestyle played a really, really, really big part
Okay.
of us getting better that soon. And we've been comparing notes with our friends who also had COVID and also recovered. And they were like, "Oh, you guys recovered very soon." It's like I have a friend who after 2 weeks still tested positive for COVID. And my fiance had a friend who after months still hasn't recovered their energy back. So it's really, really hitting people differently. And for us, one thing that I want to emphasize that probably made it easier for us is because of our lifestyle. Because
Okay.
we were eating healthy, we were working out, we were consistent with our patterns. And even before this happened, we were preparing for this. Like, it's not like we're healthy, we're not going to get COVID. No, it's not like that. Like, anyone can get it, even people who are just staying at home. They're getting
Yeah.
COVID. Like, I'm just at home, but my fiance goes out for work, right? So how do you really prepare for something like that is really create the changes in your lifestyle if you haven't yet. So if you
Okay.
aren't sleeping well yet, if you're not managing your stress yet, if you're not eating healthy or moving consistently, like this is the time to set up for that, because I don't think COVID is gonna go away soon. And you know, uh, it's more likely for us to contract this virus, especially now that it's we're having so many cases. We've actually reached 1 million cases for
Yeah, it's
PH. And yeah,
something
so
ridiculous like that, right?
super like I've been seeing so many people in my A circle
Hmm.
suffer suffer COVID and losses regarding COVID. So just today, actually, the World Health Organization (WHO)
Yeah.
actually released a statement that people with non-communicable diseases have a higher risk of COVID-19. So it's a risk for us if you aren't really taking care of yourself. And what are these non-communicable diseases? This is your heart diseases, your respiratory diseases, your high blood pressure, cancer, diabetes, and things like that. And to be honest, we can prevent this. We can prevent having non-communicable diseases, because shift in the way that we eat, the way that we move our body, the way that we take care of ourselves, that's really is the way to combat COVID, or at least have a fighting chance if we ever contract the disease. And even WHO would suggest to like quit tobacco, alcohol, air pollution, unhealthy diet, and physical inactivity. Like we've been saying this for almost a year since COVID started, and at the time it was about wearing masks,
Yeah.
right? Quarantine, not going out, and things like that, which has an impact to us, not just physically, because we're not getting the sun, we're not getting air, we're not, you know, it's also has an impact to us emotionally and mentally. So we're prone to binge more. We're prone to stay up all night to binge watch Netflix and things like that, or eat junk food to attend to our emotional needs. And so yeah, on that experience, I freaked out a little bit, because
Yeah.
we were actually the first in our family to have it, and we're like, okay, we're so scared because our parents are senior citizens, and we didn't want to like you know risk them. So we haven't seen our parents yet, because we're still scared of, even though we're already negative of risking
Yeah.
them in this. So yeah, it's still it's quite an experience, Paul, to tell you honestly. It's quite an
No.
experience, and it affirmed so much, even the work that I do.
So
it's
yeah.
it's
So you and I have known each other for probably just over 12 months now, and just to kind of give an idea of how bad the COVID was, it completely wiped you out, and you were very strong, you're a very active person, right? You're a Spartan ambassador and all that type of stuff. So the COVID disease, well, I don't even know if that's the correct terminology, but COVID itself it's an awful disease, right? It's horrible, and our thoughts and prayers go out to anybody that's currently going through this. I've known people that have unfortunately lost loved ones, have lost parents through COVID. So it's certainly nothing to be taken lightly. I think your advice there, in terms of the WHO advice, but you're advocating it about just sanity checking your lifestyle, just saying, right, so what can I do, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes in terms of movement, just to get my heart rate up, right?
yeah.
Something like that. And just kind of maybe checking, should I order at McDonald's today, or should I order a salad stop, or should I order some, just sometimes making that one decision a day will just help you. We're not saying for 1 minute it will help you beat the disease, or it will make you, protect you against the disease. It's just an added layer in terms of the face mask, the face shield, and just eating and looking after yourself will just help you fight it, I guess, a little bit. I guess, Cai, though, one of the challenges, particularly in the PH at the moment, is we're going through an extended lockdown period, and we're in. I don't even know the layers of ECQ that we've got anymore.
Me
I've
too.
lost count. I've lost count. However, we're in a lockdown period until at the moment the 14th of May. What advice do you have for people out there that want to work out but are limited in terms of space, right? And just maybe the day-to-day grind. It's not everybody has a happy life, right? People have challenges. Everybody has challenges, right? So what advice do you have out there that people, when people want to go, right, I've got to do something. I know my body's telling me I've got to do something, but I've got this issue, I've got that issue. How would you, as a coach, help somebody overcome those? Is there a process, or do you just go, listen, this is what's right for you, I'm telling you, do it, or else I'm going to smash your face in? How's it work?
I wish I could do that to everyone, but I can't. I can't
Okay, go.
just shove these things to everyone. And as a coach, actually, that is not also my process. You know, the goal dictates the process. We're
Okay.
still going to go back to that. What is your goal? So I would have people come up to me. How much is it to be to have you as a coach, right? So
Okay.
they're starting with how much do I need to pay you? But I always return the question with what do you want? What do you want to achieve? Do you want to sleep better? Do you want to start eating better? Do you want to move, right? So being as simple as knowing what you want in the first place, and then I'm going to ask you, what's your commitment to that? Right? So it's always every day, what am I committed to? What is my intention for today? What is going to help me towards that goal? Is getting a bag of chips going to, take me to the goal of eating healthier? Or should I snack on, I don't know, carrots maybe, or broccoli? I don't know. Like, right? So, and I don't tell my student what to do. That's not my job as a coach. I don't have all the answers. My job as a coach is to draw the answers from them. You
Okay.
think this is right for you? You really want to do this, right? So
Honestly, you've just scared me just with that comment there. Do you think? No, looking at me, going, do you think this is right for you? Knowing, oh my God, I know this isn't right for me, right? You just have that effect. you kind of,
exactly. So,
you're
so
like
I
you're like
know.
the conscience, the Jiminy Cricket. You're like the conscience in the background, going,
Yeah.
you really should open those Doritos. Go and get some carrots or something, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the thing is, we always have the answers within us. We always know what to do. We always know what's the right thing to do. And
Okay.
sometimes it just takes someone to ask us the right questions, the right set of questions. So
Okay.
yeah, so it applies to any type of coaching, to be honest. So when I took my life coaching certification, this is something that I really learned, that I don't have to give advice. I just have to ask powerful questions, and all the answers is going to come out from my clients themselves. So it's not coming from me, it's all them. So they know that this is my decision, this is my judgment, this is my thoughts, this is me. So everything is about them. So if
Nice.
they really want to shift something in their lives, right? I'm going to ask them, like, this is the questions that you need to hear. Why? Uh, Why do you want to eat healthier and create a better movement pattern? How is this going to change your life? What is the benefit of doing all this? Right? And just reminding them that this is your decision and what is your commitment for this to happen. Right? And it doesn't have to be complex. As a coach, I'm also here to, break down the process once the commitment is there. Like, it's simple. Like, let's take nutrition for example.
Yeah.
1 week, let's see what are you eating. Take a food journal, right? Sleeping, log down your sleeping times and wake up times, right? So you create a baseline of where you are right now, because we cannot improve what we do not know, right? So when you have that, now you have a really good picture. What can you shift so that this state can go towards this better state? What can you shift? Maybe I will, because I have a food journal, I can see that I eat cookies every single day, maybe two, three times a day. Okay, maybe next week I'll try to limit it to one cookie a day. That's what can you do. That's what
Kai,
you can do.
Kai,
And it's super
I
simple.
can go, Kai, I can go through a pack of cookies in a day. Not just one cookie, a pack.
Exactly. So it applies to anything
Okay.
in life, even with movement. Don't give yourself the excuse of I don't have space. I don't
That's what I
know.
wanted
I
to talk about. Yeah, that's
no.
what I want to. So how would you? So if I come to you, right, and I say, Kai, I know, I need to move. I know I need to improve kind of my physical activities, but I live in a condo that's one bed and just a very small living space, and I can go from one end to another in 5 steps. So, what would your advice be to me in terms of, right? I know I want to do something, but what can I do in that such a small space?
Okay. So first, um, how is this a problem? How are you deciding that this is a limitation for you? Like for example, I lived in an
I thought you were
18
asking
square.
me then. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, I'm being put on the spot. All right,
Well, yeah,
okay,
really.
sorry,
Like,
Karen.
if you are the person inside that small space, how is that a
Yeah.
problem? And how are you deciding that it is a problem? Because if
Mm,
you really want it, you're always going to find a way, right? I lived in an 18 square meter condo in the past. It was in 2013 to 15. Oh, no, no, no.
okay.
13 to 18. It was a long time. Actually, it was just a really small space, and I was there when I was training for my first three Spartan races. I was working out in that small space. Like I only have like maybe 2 by 4 feet space for me to work out. But I was able to work out because I was consistent, I'm committed, and I was able to get myself to the top 10 in Southeast Asia. It was a
So do
small
you think?
space.
Do you think the space actually more comes from, you know, the pictures that you see on social media these days about people having their own gym? There's a lot of very fortunate people out there, you know, through hard work that have been able to get themselves or furnish themselves their own home gym. Do you think some of the challenge of people that don't have that luxury is like, well, look, this person here has got a treadmill, they've got a big TV, they've got a rowing machine, they've got weights. What's the point in me just running on the spot for 30 minutes? I think there's something in that, right? And I think what you're saying, and please feel free to correct me, is regardless of what, sorry for my language, but screw that. It doesn't matter what the space is, right? Even if you, like you were saying, 2 by 4, if you can just get your heart rate up for 20 or 30 minutes, and it doesn't have to be like burpees or mountain climbers. It can be just move something, even if it's like get a dance or, you know, do dancing or something, or watch your favorite TV program on the iPad or something for 20, 30 minutes just to get you moving. All that will be beneficial for you in the long run. Have I
Yes.
understood that correctly?
Yes, 100%, Paul, 100%. And
Woo!
this is
Cover the
actually,
class.
uh, this is actually have a lot to do with mindset, right? You
Ah,
gotta
okay.
be bigger than your excuses. You gotta be bigger than that and stronger than all of your excuses. Like, this is just mindsetting. Like, you are looking at other people to find an excuse for you not to do it, right? So, oh, I don't have a treadmill. I don't have space. I don't that just like fitness is simple. Just move. If you want to dance, just dance. If you like, I do dance. I do have time that I don't have motivation to lift heavy weights and things like that. I would dance, right? So there's so many videos on YouTube that one can follow, and these are, imagine these people creating YouTube videos for workout, and they only have this small space as well. If they can do it, why can't you not do it? Right? And the 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I have this routine that I watch on YouTube. And it was just 15 minutes and I'm so tired. And it was like a strength yoga something. And it was my heart rate is up. I did like a lot of push-ups and chaturanga and like my body is sore for just 15 minutes. Like this is really mindset. This is has nothing to do with what you have, the space that you have. It's all about what you want to do, what you enjoy to do.
I don't know if I've ever shared this story to you about my brother. I've got two younger brothers, and like we lost both our parents to cancer. All right, a number of years ago now, we lost them both. Anyway, Gareth, my middle brother, he was a keen cyclist, and then he got into running. So he wanted to raise money for cancer research back in the UK. He lives in the UK, right? So what he decided to do, and it was an amazing challenge, to be fair to him. He ran from my dad's birthday, that would have been the 1st of September 2019. He ran every day from then until the following year to my mum's birthday, which would have been the 4th of December 2020. So over 365 days, he ran 3 miles every day to raise money for cancer research, right? And the reason I'm bringing him up there is what you were saying about your mindset. I spoke to him and I said, "How did you keep going? What was it? What really drove you?" He said, "Paul, yeah, Kai, you know what the weather's like in the UK. It's not tropical. There's days where it's snowing, where it's freezing, where it's raining." I said, "Mate, what forced you? What was the trigger?" And he went, "Paul, it's the bigger picture. I'm doing something here for people that have lost their lives or are going through hell. Now, if I can't get up and run in the rain for 20 or 30 minutes, then I'm not worthy." And I think that's just a typical kind of, it's about having the right mindset, right? It's about going, right, this is what I've got to do. And as you said, it could be 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is, just something that will make you kind of feel, it's that phrase, right? Do something today that your future version of you will thank you for, or give you a high five, right? It's just kind of that mindset. Cai, we're coming to kind of the end of the live stream, and it's great to have you back and looking so healthy and doing all that you do on IG. I have noticed recently, though, that you've started to incorporate kind of probably more weights into your workouts that you posted on IG, and also you did something, was it last week or the week before, where you did like a professional course or professional coaching or mentoring. Before we go, would you just like to explain to our audience why the change in your workout and what the professional personal coaching aspect is that you're doing right now?
Yeah, okay. So before I answer that, Paul, I just want to say that I just want to add on to what you said about, having that goal and your brother doing this and for the bigger picture. And I opened up today with the statement that the goal dictates the process. This is really the first step. What is your goal? Because it's going to dictate the rest of the journey. And this is not, and if you look at it that in a way, that this is not just a challenge, this is not a 7-day challenge, a 30-day challenge, a 3-month challenge, but this is a lifestyle change. How can my life change if I do this every single day for the rest of my life? How is my life going to change for the better if this is my life now? This is my identity now for the rest of my life. I think I really, really want to invite people who are listening right now, watching us right now, and on the replay, hello, you guys, to really like reflect on that statement. Yes, I've been incorporating more weights into my program. And again, the goal dictates the process. If it was racing season, I would be running hard, training hard, and things like that, like I used to in 2019. But there are no races, no training season. So my goal is to just keep my lifestyle active. So that is just the goal, and that dictates my process. That I'm not overtraining, I'm not, things like that. But I also want to keep my strength, so I started to do weightlifting again and incorporate more heavy training or heavy weights. You know what? I was so FOMO, feeling FOMO during the time that I was sick. Like right after I was clear, I went into working. So my first work is a way to give back to other fitness coaches because I've
Okay.
hit a really, really good milestone with my business, and I really wanted to help them set up online. So I created a coaches masterclass. This is the online coaches playbook, like everything that you need to know and learn to get to seven digits, because I've been there for 2 years. I've been trying to really struggle with becoming a successful online coach, getting paid handsomely, doing this work. I actually thought in the past that fitness coaches are a dime a dozen. There's so many of them, and so many of them charging cheap. So I have to compete with that and all of these things. But I was able to create a very, very good business, and I wanted to share it. So for 5 days, I had this group, I have this masterclass where I have like 25, 26 people inside of it, and I'm just sharing everything that I've learned as an entrepreneur. Also, I launched a new program. It's DB for Strength. It's just app because I started training with dumbbells again and heavier dumbbells. And coming out of COVID, I really want to have my program be more accessible to everyone, at least get them started and build the objective really for this 4 week program is to get them started now, like that decision, because when you get to that decision, that's actually like 80-90% of the work done already. So and then you're just gonna follow through every single day. So I created that and have some people inside the group, and this is actually the very first format that it's a very intimate group, and um, I'm over delivering inside this group, and I actually launched it in a very, very, very low price. So yeah, that's what's going on for the last month with me.
Excellent. Cool. And what are your plans for May? Is it just continue with the masterclass and the level up, the up strong? Where
Yeah.
kind of what's your plans?
Yeah, so I'm still gonna do my up level, which is my signature program,
Okay.
and I wanna have like a summit for people to become braver. I must say, become braver in stepping into this successful version of themselves. Because of course we want to be successful. Of course we want to be healthy and wealthy and free and all of those things. But are you willing to pay the price to get there? So most people are discouraged by the price of having a coach, by the price of leaving their job, by the price of investing on their business. But what is really the price if you get stuck in one place for so many, so many, so many years, just waiting for the right moment to do it? So this is so powerful, and this is what I want to do for me. Maybe create something around it, maybe a summit
That's
or
wonderful.
a class or something. So
Well. If you want to do a live panel, I can help you with that. Set that up, and I can take care of that. Yeah, with guests on, just let me know.
yeah.
It's funny. It's funny you should mention that about work. I was listening to a podcast earlier on today. It's I forget the name. Happy Place? No, it's not Happy Place. It's one from the UK. It's with a doctor from the UK, and he's all about positivity. And he was speaking to a Danish scientist who is the head of. I'm going to paraphrase because I can't remember it off the top, but it's basically a happy institute, right? So they look into happiness and what kind of levels of happiness. And he was talking that there's three different areas of happiness they look at, right? I forget the three, but one thing that I did want to talk about there was two of the main reasons that we're unhappy, right? Number one is circumstances, right? Circumstance, that's the one, and I forget what circumstance they were talking about, unfortunately. But the reason it stuck with me and the reason it resonates with just what you were talking about there is I think this was in the UK, right? The second reason that people are unhappy is their place of work. How sad is that? That what you're going to do for the next 20, 30, 40 years, in the majority of cases, is causing you unhappiness. Now, not everybody's happy in their job. I'm very fortunate. I love my job, right? I love my job. But not everybody is as fortunate as me. So imagine that it's the second most powerful reason that causes you happiness. So, Cai, if you're going to do something that's going to help people understand that and help them feel more happy, then I don't even know if that's the correct English. More happy, happier.
Yeah.
They're going to feel happier. Then
Yeah.
um, yeah, whatever you need, I'm in terms of live streaming or whatever. I'll happily, I'll host it. I'll do all that for you. Don't worry. But Cai,
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
thank you so much for your time. Really happy to see you back, smiling, doing what you do. And I guess scrolling across the bottom for people that want to get in touch with you, that's the best way of doing it over at IG, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Cool. All right. Well, Cai, thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful day. Glad that you're feeling better, and we'll speak to you next month. Audience, thank you so much for tuning in. Please let us know any questions or any topics you want us to discuss in the future. We'll take care of it. But guys, have a wonderful day. Have a great week, and thank you very much, Cai. All the best. Thank you.